Sriraj Nair, national spokesperson of the VHP, joining us on the broadcast as well. We've all witnessed a historic moment, and during the address, whether it was the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Mr. Nair, whether it was the Chief of RSS, or whether it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself, all three of them, all three speakers remembered the contribution, the sacrifice of all those for Ram movement, for the construction of Ram Temple.
Yes, of course. It's a fight of nearly 500 odd years, and so many people, so many Hindus have laid their lives, nearly 70 battles fought, and it's a matter of great pride for more than 120 crore Hindus residing across the world. And and as Prime Minister said, it's time to decolonize our minds also. And he said in 10 years that's going to also happen, because all the civilizations in the world were eliminated, were crushed by the Islamic invaders or the evangelical forces. But Hindus, today we are more than 120 crores. Every seventh person walking on this planet is a Hindu. And we survived all the massive, brutal, barbaric onslaught. We never gave up. That is the strength of the Hindus and the Hindu civilization. We never gave up. We never succumbed. Of course, there were some people who got afraid and converted themselves. But the most of the Hindus survived the onslaught, barbaric onslaught. And today, after the fight and battle of nearly 500 years, we have this Dwajarohan is a sign that we are going to be here, and the whole world is seeing. It's a matter of great pride. And again, as the Honorable Prime Minister said, we have to, in 47, we gained the freedom from the Britishers, but we need to decolonize the minds of the normal Indians and respect our identity, respect our culture, respect our traditions, respect our puja paddhati, and respect our differences also. That's the greatness, and it's a great honor for all of us.
Absolutely. We are also joined by Satish K. Sharma, author and dharmic scholar. Before I come to you, Mr. Sharma, I just quickly want to give a glimpse of the situation here in Ayodhya to our viewers. This entire stretch has been cleared now. Crowd control measures being taken by the police officials, by the security personnel. Perhaps, I'm assuming there's going to be some movement of the convoy. Whose convoy will pass from here, I'm not sure of at the moment. But given the crowd control measures that are being taken, there's going to be some VIP movement, some convoy movement right behind me. Let me go across to Mr. Sharma. Mr. Sharma, from where Sriraj Nair left, that's the message that the Prime Minister gave in one line when he said from Ram to Rashtra, and when he said that if you want Vikasit Bharat by 2047, then we cannot give up on our ancient heritage. Then we all have to ensure that we walk on the path shown to us by Lord Ram. If we are looking at, Vikasit Bharat, true development, true growth by 2047.
Jai Shri Ramji, and good morning. What a glorious morning for those of us who are in the West to wake up to this incredible sight. Just following on from what Nairji mentioned, I think this is the time when we as Bharatiyas and especially as Hindus have asserted our right to exist, our dignity. When you think of what a Dwaj is, and this is the Dharma Dwaj, what we're witnessing is the planting of a statement, the establishment of a story that has been suppressed for so long. Bharat as a civilizational state, we stretched all the way to Arabia and then down to Indonesia. We have stories of Sri Ram and Ma Sita all across the Far East, and this is because we spread an idea, and the idea was that it's good to live a dharmic story. The Dwaj is a symbol, isn't it? I was reminded this morning of how we felt when the Americans planted their Dwaj on the moon. It's more than just cloth, it's more than just a piece of wood. This is the arrival of a story, and the story is how humanity can live in an incredibly elevated state. This is going to be not just the end of a stage, this is the culmination of a journey, but it's the culmination of a journey of Ram Lalla, the young Sri Ram. What I'm really excited about is that this is going to continue the journey, and I hope that our Bharatiya civilization, we're going to see something similar appear in Mithila. You know, every Sri Hanumanji Mandir up and down the country is going to be filled with joy, filled with a sense of adhikar having been re-established. So there is just so much goodness that's going to emerge from this, not just economic renaissance, not just a national Ram Rajya state, but a statement of a civilizational state saying we have withstood barbarians for 1400 years, 2 waves of incredible darkness, and because we followed Dharma, we are still here and we are back, and we welcome and invite everybody to join us on this Dharmic journey.
Mr. Sharma and Sriraj Nair, please do stay on with us. The Prime Minister also spoke about breaking free from the shackles of the mindset of slavery that was imposed upon us. Let's listen in.
अगर हम ठान ले अगले 10 साल में मानसिक गुलामी से पूरी तरह मुक्ति पा लेंगे और तब जाकर के ऐसी ज्वाला प्रज्वलित होगी, ऐसा आत्मविश्वास बढ़ेगा कि 2047 तक विकसित भारत का सपना पूरा होने से भारत को कोई रोक नहीं पाएगा। आने वाले 1000 वर्ष के लिए भारत की नींव तभी सशक्त होगी जब मैकाले की गुलामी के प्रोजेक्ट को हम अगले 10 साल में पूरी तरह ध्वस्त करके दिखा देंगे। साथियों, अयोध्या धाम में रामलला का मंदिर परिसर भव्य से भव्यतम हो रहा है और साथ ही अयोध्या को संवारने का काम लगातार जारी है। आज अयोध्या फिर से वह नगरी बन रही है जो दुनिया के लिए उदाहरण बनेगी। त्रेता युग की अयोध्या ने मानवता को नीति दी। 21वीं सदी की अयोध्या मानवता को विकास का नया मॉडल दे रही है।
Let me quickly go back to our guest, to Sriraj Nair. I want your quick comments on what the Prime Minister said about breaking free from the mindset of slavery.
Of course, we all know that, in bits and pieces or on a very larger part, we had the barbaric invaders who ruled the country, whether it is Islamic, especially from the first attack of the Islamic invasion in Sindh, and thereafter the Khiljis, the Tughlaqs, the Ghoris, the Ghaznafis, the Mughals, they were all brutal and barbaric. We all know the history has been very dark and it's very brutal on Hindus. And post the Islamic invasion, the British, the Dutch, the Portuguese, the French, they also ruled very barbarically, killed thousands and lakhs of Hindus and imposed their culture. They ensured, as the Honorable Prime Minister was quoting about Macaulay, they ensured that they wanted to, demean the Hindu Dharma. They wanted to show as second grade our Dharma, our culture, our rituals, our puja, our ancient past. They want to de-glorify our ancient past. All these things they tried. They wanted, the way they suppressed and finished all the ancient native civilizations, and now we can only watch about them. We can see them in the archaeological museum. But Hindus withstood all this barbaric onslaught. And as the Honorable Prime Minister is saying, that after 47, definitely this the Macaulite mindset, where everything, what is English and what is about West is superior and what is ours, they try to show as inferior. That slave mindset or that decolonization will also be happening in another 10 years. That's a very welcome move and very welcome statement by the Honorable Prime Minister. Speaking English is one of the language. There's no problem speaking English, but that has to be considered as one of the languages. That cannot be considered as somebody who is a scholar. Absolutely. Or who knows a person who speaks English does not mean that he's a scholar.
Absolutely. It cannot be considered a sign of superiority. And because you speak a regional language, you're inferior. That's the kind of mindset that we need to break free from. Mr. Nair, please stay on with us. Very quickly, I want to ask my camera person to pan the camera and show you the view around here. People lining up now on this part of the street and crowd control measures in place. We're also given to understand that perhaps the Chief Minister's convoy is going to pass from this particular stretch. set. So people waiting here, lining up to catch a glimpse of their leaders. Meanwhile, let's also listen to what the Prime Minister said about Ram Bhakti.
और साथियों, यही परिवर्तन आज अयोध्या में भी दिख रहा है। साथियों, ये गुलामी की मानसिकता ही है जिसने इतने वर्षों तक रामत्व को नकारा है। भगवान राम अपने आप में एक वैल्यू सिस्टम है। ओरछा के राजा राम से लेकर रामेश्वरम के भक्त राम तक और शबरी के प्रभु राम से लेकर मिथिला के पाहुन राम जी तक भारत के हर घर में, हर भारतीय के मन में और भारतवर्ष के हर कण कण में राम है। लेकिन गुलामी की मानसिकता इतनी हावी हो गई कि प्रभु राम को भी काल्पनिक घोषित किया जाने लगा।
So that's what the Prime Minister said about Ram Bhakti and how we all worship him in perhaps different forms, but that happens in every nook and corner of this country. And that's the rich cultural legacy and heritage of Bharat. Let me go across to Satish K. Sharma. That rich cultural heritage and legacy is something that we need to, always remain in touch with. We need to keep that alive. And most importantly, take pride in where we come from. Take pride in our roots. Now, the Prime Minister said that, and he took the specific name of Mr. Macaulay and said that, this mindset of slavery, of our culture being inferior was something that was imposed on us, and perhaps we lived under that burden for far too long.
Gee, there is so much truth in what Honourable Prime Minister has been saying, but he's also pointing to a much, much larger story, and he is very diplomatic with his words, isn't he? It's not just a coincidence that the term barbarian is being used more and more, as we recognize that we were actually the first peak civilizational state. What we managed to achieve and understand about what it is to be a human being, to be incarnate, to be Atma, an Ansha of Paramatma, and how to navigate this life, this experience. Maryada Purushottam is the title that we give to Sri Ram because he told us how we can best achieve this. And it's a sustainability statement. It's also Ram Rajya and Maryada Purushottam are two ideas which, when they come together, they have everything to sustain a civilization in the maximum of Anand and with the minimum of desecration of the Mother Earth as well. There is so much more that's going to come out of this. One thing that I'm also beginning to feel is the Prime Minister mentioned Mansik Gulami, but we also lost our own Atma Vishwas, in the same way that when Sita Ma was kidnapped by Ravan and Sri Ram wandered around the jungles desperate and without his Atma Vishwas, without his Shakti, we've been wandering around like that for a long period of time. And so the appearance of this Dhwaja is not just Mansik Gulami's end. I'm hoping it's the reappearance of strength of heart. We must have more Shatru Bodh, we must have more Atma Vishwas, and those follow the appearance of Ram Lalla in Ayodhya. We are so blessed to be seeing this time. We are unbelievably fortunate. We can remember the amount of suffering that has preceded the reappearance of Sri Ram in Ayodhya. Every single individual Hindu who suffered so much, who put up with so much so that this story would never perish, is being saluted, is being appreciated today. What an extraordinary time, and thank you so much for bringing it into our rooms and across the world, Swatiji. Much appreciated.
Well, so please do stay on with us. We're just breaking down what the Prime Minister said, and let's play out each of those excerpts. Let's first listen into what the Prime Minister said about taking all the communities along, and which is, what it reflects in the architecture, the construction of the Ram Temple complex as well. Let's listen in.
आज हम भी उसी भावना से आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। पिछले 11 वर्षों में महिला, दलित, पिछड़े, अति पिछड़े, आदिवासी, वंचित, किसान, श्रमिक, युवा, हर वर्ग को विकास के केंद्र में रखा गया है। जब देश का हर व्यक्ति, हर वर्ग, हर क्षेत्र सशक्त होगा, तब संकल्प की सिद्धि में सबका प्रयास लगेगा।
Mr. Nair, if you really choose to walk on the path that Lord Ram shows us, and the teachings of Lord Ram, then you truly can achieve a society where there is equality. The Prime Minister spoke about taking all the communities together, and that is something that reflects in the temple construction as well. The mandir dedicated to Mata Shabri, the mandir dedicated to Nishad Raj, is also a living example of the non-discriminatory nature of ruling when it came to the King Ram.
Ram Rajya itself means it's a welfare state. That's the biggest example, the way Lord Ram led his entire life, where nobody was discriminated. And the temple, the way it is being constructed, each and every, the story of each and every character in the Ramayana, it's there. And Bhagwan Ram never discriminated and showed every individual that every human being is equal. The true example of the welfare state is Ram Rajya. Now coming back to the Honorable Prime Minister's speech, what he rightly said, we need, because the way the Mechalite mindset happened in last couple of years, we started ridiculing ourselves. We started, talking about P.B. Shelley, William Wordsworth, and the poets of the West became a fashion. Similarly, ridiculing our poets, our writers, our prose writers, our Sahitya, we started ridiculing. So all these things will be a matter of past. We will start respecting our writers, our Sahitya, our poetries. So this is in another 10 years, this is going to start. Every language, every local language of Bharat will be respected. We will respect, we have to start respecting our glorious past. Real heroes of Bharat, not the way the leftists wrote our history. So the real history will be brought in front of the people of this nation, and we will start respecting our real glorious past and our heroes. That's going to be the difference. And the best part about the entire Ram Janmabhoomi movement is, it brought every Hindu. I am from Kerala. I am from a village called Tiruvallamala. In my village, we have a 1,000-year-old Ram temple, which you can Google and see. That is a great, and Ram, you will find Bhagavan Ram in every nook and corner of our subcontinent, even outside the subcontinent also. So this, the way the barbaric Islamic invaders and followed by the evangelical brutalists, they could not erase the path of Bhagavan, the path shown by Bhagavan Ram. Now it's a time that we all enjoy this glorious time, and we live with dignity and respect and show the whole world, as our Pujaniya Sar Sanjalak says, it is very important for the entire humanity that the Hindus exist, and the way Hindus have shown the path, non-materialistic path, a life beyond looting and plundering, a life beyond killing the humanity. That is what Hindus are here to bring.
Absolutely. Mr. Nair, and like you said, what the invaders could not erase, could not destroy, was perhaps forgotten. The glory was forgotten by us who belong to this civilization, this culture, and it's time to reclaim that. That's what the Prime Minister and other speakers continuously emphasized on after they spoke. Let's listen into more excerpts of the Prime Minister's speech.
अगर हम ठान ले अगले 10 साल में मानसिक गुलामी से पूरी तरह मुक्ति पा लेंगे, और तब जाकर के ऐसी ज्वाला प्रज्वलित होगी, ऐसा आत्मविश्वास बढ़ेगा कि 2047 तक विकसित भारत का सपना पूरा होने से भारत को कोई रोक नहीं पाएगा। आने वाले 1000 वर्ष के लिए भारत की नींव तभी सशक्त होगी जब मैकाले की गुलामी के प्रोजेक्ट को हम अगले 10 साल में पूरी तरह ध्वस्त करके दिखा देंगे। साथियों, अयोध्या धाम में रामलला का मंदिर परिसर भव्य से भव्यतम हो रहा है और साथ ही अयोध्या को संवारने का काम लगातार जारी है। आज अयोध्या फिर से वह नगरी बन रही है जो दुनिया के लिए उदाहरण बनेगी। त्रेता युग की अयोध्या ने मानवता को नीति दी। 21वीं सदी की अयोध्या मानवता को विकास का नया मॉडल दे रही है। श्री राम परिवार का दिव्य प्रताप इस धर्म ध्वजा के रूप में इस दिव्यतम भव्यतम मंदिर में प्रतिष्ठापित हुआ है। और साथियों, ये धर्म ध्वजा केवल एक ध्वजा नहीं, ये भारतीय सभ्यता के पुनर्जागरण का ध्वज है। इसका भगवा रंग, इस पर रचित सूर्य वंश की ख्याति, वर्णित ओम शब्द और अंकित कोविदार वृक्ष राम राज्य की कीर्ति को प्रतिरूपित करता है। ये ध्वज संकल्प है, ये ध्वज सफलता है, ये ध्वज संघर्ष से सृजन की गाथा है, ये ध्वज सदियों से चले आ रहे स्वप्नों का साकार स्वरूप है। ये ध्वज संतों की साधना और समाज की सहभागिता की सार्थक परिणति है। साथियों,
now in that particular excerpt, the Prime Minister spoke about the significance of the saffron flag when he says it's not just any other saffron flag, it's a Dharma Dhwaj that talks about, that reflects how India's civilization is being born again. It's the renaissance, he says, of the Indian civilization. A very quick break. Our guests will continue to be with us. They'll join us after a short break as well.